So let's get into the trends of 2019. Here to help us is our wonderful stylist, Elisa Frederico from Dressing Jane. You also style some of our folks here on air. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Good morning.
All right, good morning. Let's start with our first trend. Let's talk shorts right now.
Okay, so our first trend, we're calling it sensible shorts. And we saw last year that biker shorts really stole the show. If you remember that Kardashian look, she would do the blazer and the bikers and all of that. I'm happy to report that now better fitting shorts are making a comeback.
And so do a little higher waist, a little longer leg? What are we seeing?
All of the above, but I just think it's about a more relaxed, like you can see this is called a paper bag waist short, but really this like utilitarian look. But I'm loving to report that bikers are not the only short making an impact this season.
Can I just say, Dime, you have the best legs I've ever seen. Like, I just want you totally inspired me. That's all. I don't see any shorts. I'm just looking at those legs. Absolutely gorgeous.
Diamond's a wings dancer also.
That makes a lot of sense. All right, thank you. Let's do our next trend. Kelly's going to be showing us the tight pleats.
And if Kelly wants to swing her hair back, so tight pleats. So this past season we saw a traditional accordion pleat in the big skirts. That really, that fared well. But now we're going to see more intricate and detailed pleating. I'm showing it in her shirt right here, but you're going to see the same thing all through the bodice of pants and skirts. These are called crystal pleats. They're very teeny tiny and super delicate.
I think they're pretty, and it's very kind of ethereal and very feminine and very soft. And
absolutely.
I really appreciate that. So it's like, and it's a nice detailing to a shirt. So
it is.
It's a pop in a subtle way.
But I love to, I like mixing up things, like how you said this is very feminine. I love putting in that edgy little snake and the leather, just to give it a little twist so it's not so, you know.
So like leather and lace.
Yes.
All right, thank you. And then we have our sequences in our Lex look. Ariel?
Yes, so sequins, so huge sequins for the holiday season, but they can take it into spring and summer. We're going to see the sequins like you see the detailing on this jacket. The color palettes will change, they'll get a little softer. We're going to see a lot of even more delicate sequins. These are mermaid sequins, but you'll see into high spring kind of more delicate and intricate patterns of the sequins.
And I like that you put it with like the knit dress and the jean jacket, because I'm kind of scared of sequins. I think they can be a bit much, so I like it as a small amount, but not too much, so it doesn't overwhelm.
Absolutely.
And it goes
just a little touch.
All right, well, that is absolutely beautiful. I love that one.
Thank you.
So we always think of puff sleeve. I think of, you know, Jerry Seinfeld fame and the puffy shirt. So what are we going to do with this look?
So these puff sleeves, now we've been talking about shoulder detailing, honestly, for 2 seasons at this point. We did bare shoulders, cold shoulders, one shoulder, no shoulders, like the whole thing. Now we're getting into puff shoulders. Again, this is just the beginning of this. This is a more subtle look. I think it's really easy for a lot of people to wear, because sometimes people don't like all that shoulder detail. They feel a little wide. But this is subtle. We're going to see it get even more dramatic again into high spring, really big, puffy, and almost like theatrical looking.
I appreciate it because it almost reminds me of the 80s when we do those huge shoulder pads, the power suits, but this is such a more feminine version of it because it's so much more fitted, and it almost looks like, not Baroque, but what was that style from, like, you know, the Middle Ages or something?
Exactly.
Where it would be that really interesting
Victorian
styling.
Almost.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. It's good that you pointed that out, because boxy shoulders, like in the 80s, were a big thing last year. So we're kind of saying bye to boxy and hello to a little bit more rounded and soft looking.
Because boxy is so manly and this is so feminine.
Yes.
I like having where you still look, you can look, you know, you almost look like Taylor Swift with that. It's like such a cute kind of, you know, that's something that she would wear.
Yeah, and an interesting styling tip on this. I actually took some stuffing and puffed it a little bit more because I wanted it to be a little more dramatic.
Look at you! I thought there was something going on.
Yeah, so you can play with it. Like if you took the stuffing out, it would lay a little bit more, but I like the drama of it.
That's a good tip. And then I love that you paired it with these funky tights as well, with a great pattern.
Absolutely, and that's something that we talked a lot about in fall, was pattern mixing. So she's got a stripe and a pattern tight, and it all looks like it works.
All right, I always like to go bright for spring, so let me see something bright for our spring.
Okay.
How are we going to be doing it?
Okay, so neon. Last year we saw a lot of really zesty hues that were saturated, a lot of pinks and reds. Now we're going full on neon. Think of like your brightest, like her shirt, neon. I love that the greens and the blues really feel fresh. We have not seen those yet in quite a long time. Still, you're gonna have, you know, your pinks and oranges also. I like to tone down neons. I don't like mixing them all up. That's just my personal preference. So again, I played it down with giving her these black shorts and the blazer and the little sneakers. She's got this little funky vibe going on. But if you're really, really out there, mix up your neons. It's a thing.
And she is, again, a practical shirt. Let's bring all of our wonderful models in. Elisa, you always do such a great job.
Thank you,
I love looking at all of the looks. And I love that it's not something I'm going to feel really uncomfortable in, that you can work into going to work and going out with friends and not look like too over the top.
Well, I tried to show, like I said, the best easiest iterations of these trends to look for.
Well, you hit it out of the ballpark again.
you.
Ladies, you're all stunning, beautiful, and amazing. Thank you so much. You did a great job today. We have to talk about you probably saw this during football, the commercial promoting